Hello, guys, and welcome back to Ears to the East. There he is.
Where was I?
Where was Howard? Oh my God, what were you doing under that desk?
Waiting to be interviewed. Yeah, no, this is cool. This is special. We're doing something a bit different today.
Yes, I get to torture Howard a little bit. I get to learn his secrets.
Well, that bit's not different. Everyone's heard everything in my brain. It didn't take long. now most of my channel is just reciting things people have already heard.
Yes, don't tell them our secrets.
Well, just in case anyone clicked on this, so yeah, we are, just in case anyone clicks on this, we are going to make, for anyone who thinks they've heard everything we're going to talk about today, we are going to do this a little bit different. And that's one of the reasons why Neon is in charge today. Yeah,
it's going to be as new for me as it is hopefully for some of you guys. I know some of you guys in the chat, especially who follow either me or Howard, will know most of this information because Howard...
Well, hopefully not. You might know the basics.
Hopefully not, yeah.
Hopefully take you in a new place.
So, obviously, we know a little bit about this band that Howard has taken under his wing, protecting, nurturing like an egg, waiting for it to hatch and become its own thing. I don't know where I was going with that. But the point is,
weird idea of how bands are made.
Wait, what? That's not how they're made. I was just thinking of Miku. I thought she was a pigeon. They fly.
Oh no! Actually, yeah, I just got shot myself in the foot there. It's like, yes, you're completely right about how bands are made.
So yeah, I thought all leading lady pigeons hybrids were made that way. Anyway, the point is, you guys have known about this for a long, long time. I have kept myself intentionally in the dark. Now, the reason for that is because Howard wants to do a reaction. Now, Howard has turned around and said, look, you can do something, Neon, if you want. Or he's literally been like literally every time I go on the internet, Howard's like, let me tell you about this band. Let me tell you about this band. I'm like, fuck off, Howard.
Well, I thought we were trying to sort of like tell people why this is a good thing. And he's like, well, every time I hear about it, I want Howard to fuck off.
But the reason why I tell him to go fuck off is because he is so excited about this. He's put 100% faith in this. His excitement is tangible. Yeah. And I feel that excitement, and I'm really, really interested in it.
And now I should point out, right after this reaction, well, actually about half an hour after this half an hour after this interview, yes, I'm going to be sending him the 2 songs we have of the band secretly, so that he can prepare his reaction videos for this Sunday. Sunday, of course, being the day that they all come out and all of the reveal and the interviews of the band and the music videos and all the reaction videos is because it's dadadaday. This Sunday is dadadaday.
Oh,
the day
yes.
Of dadadaday. It's a play on the name of the band. You'll understand on Sunday. If you're not there on Sunday, you won't understand. You'll just think I had a stroke and wrote it down. Anyway,
but yeah, like I said, I've known about this for a while. I've kept myself in the dark intentionally. Howard is bursting at the seams to tell me all about it. This is, you see where we're leading up to here. This is all linked. I'm going to ask Howard a few.
Eventually, one of our typical intros.
It's all twisty.
Turns out it doesn't matter if I do the intro or if Neon does it. It still takes a fucking year to get to the point.
It doesn't matter who starts. We're going to waffle, man. There will be waffle. Also, why golf?
Why?
Why golf?
Let's ask S Club 7. S Club 7, why golf?
9 and 7.
You see how we did the internal jokes there for the OG fans who've been with us for a while.
Yeah, so all right, okay, so give me a lowdown of this band. Like, give me this lowdown. Actually, tell me how it started. Where did this all kind of stem from? So before we get into the band first, tell me, like, when did this become a thing for you?
Okay, so again, I'm going to try and skip things that people who've been on my channel have maybe heard during all the talk about this before. But basically, I mean, I think most people know that I always sort of like jokingly talk about how I've worked with music my entire adult life, but a huge amount of what I've done is been working with obviously I did music myself, but working with low-level artists, and I got into things like management a lot of the time in the studio with artists. Doing production was a big thing, helping artists get through the studio, telling them what sort of things they need to be focusing on and what things they don't need to be focusing on. And as a general, I was quite successful at getting bands to move in a positive direction. You know, not all of it was great, but you know, it was pretty good. But the thing is that it was always a struggle against bands. Bands don't necessarily have their best interest at heart. Now, creatively, they'll know what they want to do, but sometimes, you know, knowing what creatively sound you want to make and then getting to that final place can be really difficult. So anyway, the point is that when I was in Japan, it had been a thing ever since I moved here. And even a bit before I moved here, I started like trying to get some of my old contacts back. I really wanted to get in a position where I could work with a band and do something with them, but I wanted to actually believe in it, not just pick up bands and help them. I wanted to find something that I really believed in. And so I've been going around doing that. I've been working a little bit, as you know, I worked last year with an artist and things didn't really work out. And there were little things like that. And I was kind of starting to feel like I was losing a bit of hope in it. And then just actually, ironically, when I was at a gig, partly to do a report on the venue and partly because I was looking at another artist, I was just in the crowd, and everyone knows this story now. I was just in the crowd and I was talking, there was mostly Japanese people, there was a couple of foreigners there, and I was just chatting to them. And you know, it was a like an expo of just, you know, loads of different artists were coming on. And this one artist came on while I was talking to these two guys, and just you felt the whole room change. So no one knew who they were, no one was paying attention to them. And then as they started playing, just like everyone slowly turned to the stage, and you couldn't ignore it because the sound was there. And then you looked at them and you were just like, oh my God, this is so fun. And it was just crazy energetic. And obviously now, having worked with these guys, I see that every room they go to, they turn people's heads. And I guess that the one thing I want to get across to people, because this is the thing that I don't think I was really able to convey before, but this is kind of the point, is that Japanese audiences, that they're not like rude, you know, they never boo people. You never get that kind of thing. And people always find Japanese audiences a bit weird because they're a bit quiet. And it's just the way they are. They tend to do that emo thing, stand in the corner, just like vibing, like, yeah, it's cool. And you know, so that's the point. So when you, in the same way that they're not rude, they tend to not to be excessively animated, you know, unless it's an artist they already know. So when you see a band consistently go onto stage to rooms of people who don't know them, and by the end, everyone's jumping up and down and having a damn good time, you're like, this works. Yeah. But then, yeah, like I said, I saw that they had a record company, a small record company, but no real online presence. And it just seemed like their image was based around repeatedly gigging the same sort of areas, good little sort of local fan base. But that was kind of it. I was like, no, this could be a lot more. Spoke to the record label, and just they've been like really, you know, most record labels in Japan are just like, no, we're suspicious. Who are you, foreign guy who doesn't speak Japanese properly? So what are you trying to do? The internet? What's that got to do with fax? Where's the Betamax tape go? And then, you know, it's just like, these
fax
guys
is your details.
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of shit you're expecting. It's like, well, you want to deal with YouTube? Well, fax us a hyperlink. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that's just and then since then I've been just working with them, and it's just been a real pleasure, you know, having the record company having my back, because they appear to be really on side. So
that's good. All right. Okay. So I was, like I said, you know the girls a little bit more. Tell us a little bit more about the girls individually. I'm going to get to the real nitty-gritty questions at the end, but let's start off quite pleasant.
You did that like a proper YouTuber. It's like, stay tuned for the nitty-gritty questions at the end.
Oh yeah. Well, the real meat of the hook near the end of this.
I'm really scared about what you and your hook have got in mind. So. After our previous video with your backgrounds, Neon.
Yeah.
But so I mean, one of the on July 30th, this Sunday, dadadaday, the first video that will come out before any of the music is, so basically the first thing you'll see is a profile video, which is me getting to know the band, interviewing them. Each individual member's got their own bit where they're interviewed separately and then as a group, and I've kind of mixed this all into the video. Then there will be the music, and then after the music's come out, then like a bunch of reactions will go live, including Neon's one. Watch that one first. So there's going to be like all this kind of stuff coming up. But like I said, the very first thing that will come out is this profile video where you'll get to see me talking about each of the individual members. But in my opinion, the thing that makes them really interesting is that it kind of reminds me of why I liked Bish. Although they're very different from Bish, it's the fact that each member is totally different. It's kind of true for Bandmate as well. Each member's totally different, and you don't feel at all like it's by design. It literally just feels like, nah, they're really different. And here they got very different voices as well. So like the longest standing member, like the OG member of the band, she's like ridiculously cute. And she's got like this hamster teeth thing, which she plays on, and she's just like, nah. So, I mean, basically, she's doing the Miku thing, except rather than being a pigeon, she's a hamster.
She's a hamster.
And then we got a full on like Aina, like sort of more jazzy voice, really powerhouse singer in there. We got one who's a full on weeb. Who, well, I say weeb, she's already Japanese. She's, what does he call it? Otaku. Yes, she's an otaku with like dyed hair and everything. We got like a seriously cute member who in the interview, she was talking really quietly. And she was like, should I speak in English? Like, hello, everybody. And like, then she gets on stage. I mean, they're just like, you could get, even without the music, you could just get enjoyment from watching a blog of these 6 girls would be enough. Especially considering I just said there was 6 when there's only 5. Anyway, so
all right. So what's genre then? What genre would you class this kind of band as?
Well, I think the thing is at the moment, so they got 6 songs. They got 7th on the way, and they got 1 cover they do at every show. And obviously, we can't do much about the cover. It's really popular at shows, but we can't because there's a copyright issue. So I'm kind of keeping that under the hood for now. They've only recorded 2 of the songs, and the 2 songs they've recorded right now, to me, it's like that beautiful combination of it's hard rocking, it's got like punk sort of speed, it's got like the pop catchy chorus where you just can't help but sing along, which I love. And at the same time, it's got like good vocal play, like each member hands off like parts of the verse to the other members. It's got good bridges. You people know how I feel about bridges. You know how pop songs, they just go verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. These girls have proper bridges in there, and a lot of them are like in weird places. Like in the 2 singles, the bridge appears before the second chorus, which I was all for. So they have interesting songs that are kind of like pop rock, but there is other stuff coming. Like if you listen to their other songs, they got some which are a bit more poppy. They got some hip hop songs. They got some songs that we've been working on that are going to go into very different hard rock places as well. They actually, during the interview, one of them was like, yeah, we want to do some aggressive music. I was like, oh shit. It was funny because in one of the poppier songs on, so I was with them live because we're doing a lot of the footage for some of the videos that are going into this whole thing. And there's just one bit where, like I say, one of the cuter members, she just gets up on stage and there's one of the notes, she has to push it. And she goes full into like a little bit of a roar starts to come out. You're like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. But yeah, no, they got a lot of different music, but I would say the main thing is eclectic. They mash stuff together. It's always catchy and it's always energetic. That for me is a pretty good start.
Yeah. Oh, nice one. So like you said, you kind of answered to my other question here where I was going to say, why do you kind of believe in this band? And obviously you touched on it. Just like you said, just being able to walk into a place and then just turn and take notice is pretty much all you need.
As well beyond that, and I think this is something that anyone who likes Japanese artists probably would be familiar with this concept, is there's a certain thing with these Japanese artists, especially these female artists, and maybe there is something a little bit paternal about it, I don't know, but sometimes you meet people and you go, look, you're genuinely just nice people. And it's like, you're doing everything right. And it's like, I actually want you to succeed. And it's really weird when that goes beyond and like you actually meet the people from the record company, and it's a very small record company run by just like a couple of people, and you meet them. And they got a few artists. They do like sort of 4 or 5 shows a week, but they're very small. And you meet them and you're like, shit, even you guys, I want you guys to win as well. It's just like everyone here is just so wholesome. It's like you're just good people. It's like, fuck yeah, let's make this shit win. Let's have more of this.
So what do you want from this in the end? Like, what's the end goal, or where the kind of like projected?
Oh, we are getting into the tough questions now, aren't we? We are getting to the. You son of a bitch!
I know. I'm gonna push it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really well. So I said at the beginning about how I've kind of done this sort of thing before, and as a general, it can be quite disheartening. Partly because sometimes you look at an artist and you go, look, I just need you to be a bit flexible, because if you want to get where you're going, you've got to slightly deviate now. It's like, we're not saying lose your identity. It's just like, please just do some things to win over the audience, it's very nuanced. It's kind of hard to explain, but as a general, it can be very disheartening. So I guess in a way, the fact that I'm doing this, I don't have a long-term goal, because I think I'm almost too scared to have a long-term goal, because I'm still at the point where I just like, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, and I just want to enjoy this right now. But if I were to be honest, if I was saying what's my goal right now, it's not just for them. I want them to succeed. I want them to go online. I want people to like them and all of that. But the thing is I want my community and the people watching Ears to the East, I want you guys to enjoy it as well. Like, I was watching other YouTube channels, because the thing about reviewing, and Neon, you get this feeling, when you do reviews, there can sometimes be that thing where you do reviews over and over and over again, and you're enjoying doing it because of the music, but sometimes you're like thinking to yourself, and you can tell me if this is true, you're thinking, okay, I keep on doing this, but I feel like there's somewhere, shouldn't there be a progression? What's the next thing I can do to take this further?
Always.
And for me, I wanted to give something interactive to the community. And so many people are always talking about, oh, check out this new artist, check out that new artist. And so I started interviewing artists, but then I was like, wouldn't this be great if we could tie together like the dreams I had of working with artists, the fact that the audience on back of broadcast, like, why can't we have a thing where you guys are involved? So if this artist does well, if like dadadaday goes well, and the record company are like, shit, we need to work with this guy more, then
that's what I was gonna ask more. Obviously, if this is a success, like, what could you see yourself doing in the future? Will you stay with the band? Like, if they push on, does this open up more opportunities for you, maybe for the record company? Obviously, this is all hypothetical, of course, but
I mean, if we were talking pipe dreams, obviously it would be things like, maybe I could work with the record company, and then I could help them sign more different artists from different sound. Bands like Caramel Candid, who I get on really well with, who are a very different thing. Maybe it can be like, maybe it could be like I could have my own company. This is all pipe dreams, and yes, that is in my head. But realistically, if I was to, okay, let's put it this way: if I was to say what would be the perfect plan for the next 12 months, I would say that goes really well. Then, if you guys support it, I can get the record company on board to allow me, because the music videos we've done at the moment, the ones you'll see on Sunday, they're cut from live footage, which the record company, they got me into the gigs. They were like, yeah, get the camera in, we'll tell everyone you're filming. But I want to film a proper music video. So I can do that. They got 2 songs recorded. I can get all 6 of them recorded and have a fucking proper EP. I can get the record company to trust me to do this stuff. That at the moment, the record company doesn't need to do this. They gig 3 or 4 times a week. They make bank. It's like they don't. They're making a little bit of money, which is more than they need to. I need to convince them to let me take the band into these extra places, take them into the studio, get them properly recording. Get them with a music video, make them a thing that you guys who are not in Japan, who can't just pop out to their gigs, you guys can actually enjoy it, and then you can share it, because rather than just being a bunch of live recordings on YouTube, it's proper music that you can share. You can listen to it on your, whatever your streaming services are and everything. I want it to be that. And then the idea is that maybe that will take us through the next 3 months. Maybe in 3 months' time, we've got that. I've said anyone who supports the channel, if you guys are like on my Patreon list, if you're like doing PayPal donations and stuff, I will make sure that when we produce an album, you will get a credit in the album. I will make sure you get a credit, and I'm going to get signed copies as well. If you buy a copy of the album, I can't give you free copies, unfortunately, because it costs a lot to print. But if you do buy a copy of the album and you're one of our supporters, I'll make sure that the girls sign it, stuff like that. This is the kind of thing. Assuming, again, I don't know what's going to happen after this Sunday, but if it goes well, this is the sort of thing we can do. And I just want to then I'll review that question after 6 months to a year.
Right. Well, that makes it double important. The reason why you should go and support Howard, make sure to go and obviously support Howard on his channel, make sure to support Ears to the East. I believe when I do, like you said, the reaction videos, I believe my channel will have the reactions to it a little bit sooner than some of the rest of the channel. So please don't forget to come on mine as well. push that out for the initial reaction. Let's all come together as a community, really, really push this band out as well. I want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
I want to see you succeed because of how passionate you are, and I want to see them succeed as well.
This really, honestly, don't do it for me. I'll tell you for why, because honestly, everyone, I really do mean this. I really do mean this. I really do believe everyone stands to benefit here. I mean, if we have several reactors coming together, it tightens up our community, like the reaction community, the people who listen to Japanese music, we get tighter. You guys who are directly involved in backer broadcasting the East to the East, you get a band who you can be on ground floor with. I mean, I can produce weekly blogs showing what I'm doing, working with them between my reviews and stuff, and we can post them. It means the band, they get to do well for all the work they've put in rather than just sort of touring around Tokyo. They'll get to actually see people overseas. They've seen some of the stuff that we've talked about in my Discord, and they're really excited. They're going to post reactions if they can understand them to some of the reactions they get. So please, there's so many good reasons to just, all you have to do is just be on board, help watch these videos on Sunday, help suggest them to other people, help get people involved. If you just, whatever you do, we really appreciate it. And the other thing, sorry, just one more thing I want to throw in here before we sort of get on to whatever question is next, because I see you rubbing your hands, which is terrifying. When it comes to the timing for Sunday, I just want to be 100% clear that when the timing for Sunday, I haven't confirmed it yet. But on like my community, my Discord and my Twitter, I'll make sure that I start uploading like, you know, the timing sheet, you know, like you get with festivals where they show the timing and everything. But basically the arrangement will be the profile video will come out first. There'll be like a premiere sort of labeled for that a day before. So you'll be able to see when that's scheduled. So the profile video will come out first. Immediately afterwards, the two music videos will go live. So you can go straight from one to the next. Then Neon will be next. Neon's reaction video will come out straight away afterwards. Then once you've watched Neon's response to that, there'll be like a whole plethora of other reactors who have joined in, who've supported this, who've just said, yeah, we're excited to be involved. They're going to be involved as well. So we'll give you links. So there'll be links posted. You'll be able to follow this all around. But yeah, sorry, there you go. That's the sales pitch. I can see that Neon's been rubbing his hands. So
all right, well, we'll
interview terminated.
Interview terminated. I know, right? Well, we're gonna get into some little fun questions and stuff. Like I haven't written anything down. I'm just gonna go off the top of my head.
I got time.
You said you obviously could come up with like a couple of songs already. So what's your, off the top of your head, without thinking of it, I want you to try and answer these as fast as you can. Favorite song?
Doppel.
All right. Cutest member.
That will be coming up. Sorry?
Cutest member.
Cutest? Do you literally mean cute? Like literally cute?
Yeah, go on.
Mashi's really cute. Yeah, Mashi is seriously adorable. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, Mashi's very cute.
Best musician from the band, you reckon? Personally played.
Okay. That's really cool because they're all singers. I kind of have to give it. I'm going to give it to Rezi. Rezi's got like, she's just got this rock singer voice, and that just appeals to me. I got, but Meppo's got they've all got really good voices.
I hope the girls watch it. I hope the girls watch this after.
Yeah, I'm fucked. Thanks, you ruined Sunday.
Best performance from the girls so far, that Roman. One that sticks out to you.
It's always going to be the first one I saw. Actually, to be honest, it's the first one I saw was the one that impacted me most. But the one that they were actually best at was the very last one they did, which is part of the video that I cut for the live music video thing. We did that at just this venue was so beautiful. And it was like you walked in from the second floor balcony and you walk around, you go into it. It's this tiny live house, but they got like a big picture of the moon at the back and this weird lighting and the sound stage. You have to walk behind the sound desk to get down to it. It's just a beautiful venue. And I think it just made them come alive because they were just so good.
Fair enough. Okay, without going into spoilers, favorite shot from the music video coming up?
Favorite shot?
Yeah, favorite thing that sticks into your mind since you've seen it.
Okay, well, because it's cut from live footage, I mean, obviously it's all from the live performances, but I would say the one thing that gets me is every time I was editing it, like you edit anything, you have to pause occasionally. And so you get like those freeze frame faces. Look out for Uzu's face. She's the one who purports to be a hamster. She has... Seriously, this girl has got a career of just being a fucking model because her facial expressions are hilarious. Like I'm just freeze framing it, and some of the faces she's doing, I'm like, you know that I'm pausing. Like watching me right now. It's like the girl has got this incredible face, just like the expressions that come off her face. She's got a career ahead of her. I don't know what it is, but every time a camera looks at her, she is amazing. So yeah, everything involving Uzu is definitely a
Zoolander-esque. Every time she knows the camera's on.
Oh, what was it called? Like Blue Steel or something?
The Magnum.
That's it. I feel like she could do that if she does a pouty face. But then again, in some of the profile video, I'm going to show some of her Instagram photographs, and Jesus Christ, some of the stuff she puts on there is like, I don't know whether she's funny or having a mental breakdown.
Why not both? Why not both? All right, go with the best personality.
Oh, that's not nice. They all have wonderful personalities.
You must have a favorite, though. Come on.
Well, so do you mean which one do I think?
All right, which one's the quirkiest? Do you think which one stands out?
Oh, Uzu's like. I mean, they're all quirky, but Uzu's like she's nuts. I mean, she's genuinely off the hook. I mean, that girl's crazy. I think she's the sort of person who you could sit there and have a conversation with her, and then get to like an hour point and realize you said nothing. It's like she's just powered by her own generator. It's like, all right. You're okay. Okay.
Well, there you go. The secret out Japan is powered by one girl.
Yeah, and I've got to give credit, by the way, as well. So one of the members, Anne, she so I wanted to quickly, because I didn't really talk about Anne or Meppo. Anne, she just joined the group. Like, she's the last person. A lot of this project was going to happen a couple months earlier, but we had to stop to give time for her to get ready. Yeah. She's really wonderful, and I hope that we can spend a lot of time following up with her afterwards on how she gets more and more into the group, because, as I say, she's the most recent member, and she's just, it's amazing how quick she's got up to speed. So it's going to be interesting to follow a lot of her journey as well. And the reason I'm not mentioning much about Meppo, who, by the way, she's got an incredible voice as well, but because you will see a lot about her personality in the profile video when I ask her some basic questions about herself, and she just opens her bag, and you're like, holy shit, it's like Otaku Mary Poppins. So,
yeah. So that would be really good. Maybe unrelated question. Do you reckon we could get the girls on here one day? Like, obviously, like in the future and stuff like that. That would be amazing.
I hope to. What I'm thinking is, obviously, I want once all the reaction videos have come out, I'm going to try and go through them maybe over space for a couple of weeks and put subtitles on all of them so that they're subtitled in Japanese. And then I'm going to get the girls to just maybe sort of pop over here or somewhere and then just sit down and record them reacting to the reactions. Kind of like, kind of like the whole Gatrick spin thing, but we'll make sure they respond to all of the reactions that they get. And also I'll give them some of the comments. So if you guys are commenting on the video, I'll make sure they get to read the comments. But yeah, something like that. And then I think if they feel comfortable with that, then we might be able to get them on the show with like an interpreter and everything. Some of them, 2 of the members do speak a little bit of English, but I want them to feel free to express themselves. Yeah. But basically, if you guys are really into them and if you guys are commenting and if like I can show them that you guys are really excited to see more, then they're going to want to do more. The record company's going to want to do more. They are really excited, but they're also really nervous. Yeah. Like when I saw them at the last show, I spoke to them afterwards and they were like, yeah, like even like Reggie, who's like always so like powerful, and she's like, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous.
It's happening.
Like, yeah, she was literally doing this. It's like, I've never seen you do that. She's like, I'm kind of nervous. She's doing like the cute girl thing. I'm like, okay. It's like, all right. It's like, now you're making me nervous. It's like, chill.
I just got an image of 4 girls going like that, and Howard's just in the middle as well. All right,
I mean, you gotta chill. Everyone chill.
Chill, everybody chill. And then Howard's just screaming into his pillow.
What did I do? I'm gonna.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Proper questions now. Proper questions.
Oh fuck! All right.
If we dropped all 4 girls into a battle royale, which one would survive?
That's a good question. The problem is because I don't know what Uzu's power source is. I'm kind of terrified that she could just self-detonate and like destroy the entire like battle royale arena. If it wasn't for that, I would be terrified of. I think Meppo would probably win just because she's watched enough anime that I'm pretty sure she knows some kind of like weird magic moves that the rest of us don't know. So I would be kind of terrified. I wouldn't want to mess with Meppo.
Fair enough, fair enough. We are running out of time. So last and most important question, no more. You ready? Can I get their numbers? You don't have to answer that.
You can consider that your answer.
You can consider that your answer.
You can consider that your answer. Can you get that? You can watch the video and like and subscribe like everyone else.
Yeah, don't answer that. Just don't ruin the dream.
By the way, and I will point out, I know a lot of people who watch these channels, like your channel, my channel, and East to the East, do have plans to like come to Japan and stuff. I would say that if you do find yourself coming to Japan, a lot of the time their gigs are really cheap to get into because obviously they're a small artist touring small venues. But if you want to see like small live houses and get a good show and like see the artists who we've been talking about, then just let me know and I'll make sure I'll sort out the tickets for you and everything. Yeah. And then
well, there you go, guys. There you go. There you go. Like I said, I'm tentatively making plans for next year, and I hope to be able to do
I am so fucking down for that. I am so down for
very, very early stages, but hopefully be able to do something like that. So yeah, keep an age out on that as well for both our channels and stuff, which will be absolutely
right until I find out you're texting one of my band members. So how did you get our number? Fax number. It's like
it'll be the record company's fax number. That's the one they'll give me. I'll be like, why is this not working?
This dick fax? Did you send this dick fax to him?
I'll be like, that's not mine. Mine at least has to be a couple of pages long. Come on. That's obviously somebody else's. All right, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed this. We will do maybe two-part video to this if you could think of some more questions or anything that you'd like to ask Howard particularly. But yeah, please go and support him on his channel. As I know you guys already do, Discord, make sure to like these videos. Go and support the videos when they come out as well. It's really, really important that we get the most interaction as possible. Go and spread the love, Twitter, the dark places of the interweb. You guys know what to do to get the band rolling. So we really, really appreciate the help. And Mr. Howard, do you want to leave on anything, my man?
Remember, I'm just like I say. Remember, it's don't do it. I know there's plenty of people who find me kind of annoying, which is absolutely fine. So don't do it. Honestly, don't do it for me. Do it for the love of like Japanese music, or more specifically, do it to kind of like get involved in a project where you can see a Japanese group up and coming. You can get like, I'll give you sort of behind the scenes stuff of what's going on, so you can get a feel for what it's like for small Japanese artists. Do it for the community. Do it for like the reactors like Neon and the other guys who are going to be involved. I hope this is something that strengthens the community, brings everyone into a new interesting project. And and most of all, I just really think it's going to be great to see the girls succeed, and you guys can make it a success. We only have to start small, but if we start small and strong, if we get a good first reaction, doesn't have to be massive, just has to be solid, then that's the first step and we can work from there. So just thank you in advance. Thank you in advance for whatever you do.
Guys, on that beautiful, wonderful note, we'll end it in a bit of a nice place for once. And guys, thank you so much.
For once.
Take life for once. Love and take care. Remember, like and subscribe, stay awesome, stay metal, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time on Is
To
The
That was a good one. Cheers, man. I'm out.